Greetings everybody, another video today. So my mother recently went to Japan and came back. Really envious of her. I really wish to be able to go to Japan hopefully sometime this year. Naturally, I asked her to bring back some tools for me, and she's done so for many times, many years. So thank you very much. I get to be able to present some new content for you guys as well. As you can see, a lot of Koken, but some other stuff as well. Why don't I start off with this railed set from Koken's Z series. As you can see, the Z series has that unique, I assume it's a patented design. This The ridge allows for an area for you to grab, particularly suitable for when you have, slippery hands, gloves from fluids, greases. That certainly becomes a useful feature in allowing you to pull the socket off from perhaps a non-quick release ratchet. So it is a set that goes from 5.5 to 14, but some of you viewers are going to be dismay with the fact that it has a skipped size. So that skipped size is a 9mm, and so if that is a deal breaker, I'm sorry, but yeah, Zeal does not come with a 9mm in their lineup. But honestly, I don't think it should be a deal breaker, because in my automotive experience, 9mm I've only found on European, German cars on caliper bleed screws. Other than that, I've never had to use a 9mm, and you can get by with just having a wrench because it's just a bleeder nipple. I actually noticed as I was inspecting this that there was something there that is foreign and should not have been come out of the factory, but it happened. Maybe it's not something that was apparent at the time when it was packaged in their plastic vinyl sleeve. This thing here. High performance tools of convincing quality. Absolutely. Don't deny that. That's the set number if you're interested. So yeah, if I'm just gonna shine that light, you may have already realized this, that 13mm in there. If I can get that to focus. Take a look, that brown spot. Yeah, nice. Oops, pardon me. Yeah, I certainly have not, at least to my memory, if memory serves correct, I've never encountered a brand new tool from Koken that had a cosmetic defect. So as you can see, there is surface rust there on the two corners. Yeah, so that is a little surprise, but hey, it just goes to show that not every manufacturer, regardless of whether it be Koken or Nepros or Snap-on or whatever, right? Not every manufacturer is perfect. There's going to be some duds that do come out, whether it be cosmetic or a manufacturing defect. So Koken is not exempt from that. Couple items, couple bits. So I got two 5/16 inch bits. I've had the number 3. This is a PH3 or a cross recessed number 3, and I've never had a 4. So rather than getting a screwdriver, I thought I'd just get a bit format. And the number 3 is a soon to be replaced. Well, it already has been replaced. I got two number 3s. The one at work, which I had been using for a number of years, has started to twist, probably because of one particular rotor set screw. These are consumable and should be thought of as being consumable. Cross recess does not last forever. So I got two from them. One's already at work, and yeah, the number 4. Oh, something I noticed with these bits, and along with some other tools, which I'll talk to you very soon about, the stamping, or rather lack thereof, these are laser etched. So manufactured 2021 September. These were laser etched compared to my older ones, which were stamped. Now moving on to the rest of the stuff over here, many of which are not new, with the exception of this and that. 2 different types of adapters. So this is adapter talk, maybe not very exciting, but some interesting notable things to point out is the look at the base here. Yes, that is a hex base, so it does give you the ability to drive these adapters with any sort of wrench or socket, and of course a ratchet if you had to, right? Well, most likely you're going to be driving it with a ratchet, but if you had to, you can use a wrench or a socket if you needed something specific, depth. These are all adapters. Some come with this ringed portion, knurling. These 1, 2, 3, those are from the Z series. So this is the other latest edition, new item, and this is an adapter that goes from a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch, and these two I've had in the past. This one being the older one. I think this one was from 2013. Yes, this one has seen a lot of use. So it's a 1/4 to a 3/8, and this one pretty much resides on my cordless ratchet. This is a slightly more recent one, 2017, and this one goes from a 1/4 to a 1/2. So that is a specialty item for sure. Good for torque wrench use. Oh, yeah, speaking of laser etching markings, as you can see here, my 2013 item has been, I don't know, punched, roll stamped. I'm not sure how they get that on there. But this one here is laser etched. But this latest one, which I got, this is a 2021, they've decided to go back to stamped and scripted letters as opposed to laser etching. So that's kind of interesting. Hopefully that is a trend that continues, because I personally prefer the stamped markings as opposed to the laser etched, which is the case with all of these adapters. Interesting thing about these adapters, which one I've already mentioned, is that you can drive them with different tools. But this one here on the far left, this is not an adapter actually. I should correct you guys. This is actually a 1/4 to 1/4. So this serves as a stubby extension. And same goes with this one here. 3/8, 3/8. So that serves as a stubby extension. The rest I don't think I need to really mention. Maybe I should talk about these two. These both serve as up adapters. So it goes from a 1/4 to a 3/8. One has the hex base and the other one has a quick spin function built into it. So I think I don't need to talk much more about those guys. So I realized that I forgot to mention a few things as it relates to sockets and their depths. So I have here an example. I have a set of Nipros deep well sockets, and I've come to realize over the years that they just don't get a whole lot of use, at least in as an automotive tech. I find shallows do the majority of the job. I just use an appropriate length extension to get to the fastener, and not rely on one piece long socket. I don't know, maybe it's just my habit. Maybe your habits are to gravitate towards deep well and go to shallow as needed. Be kind of curious to see what you guys may have to say or write about that in the comments down below. But yeah, deep wells for me, yeah, certainly not a high usage item. This deep well socket, which comes with a sliding magnet, that is useful. That's come in handy. And there are some exceptions, very few, but I have this 10mm extra long. This is a 3/8 drive with a nut grip feature on the end here. This was used for a particular task, and really nothing more than that. So there are some exceptions, but by far shallow has done the job for me. These are all 10mm. We got a Koken, Nepros, Snap-on. And you can see that they all have a height difference. So depending on the threaded stud that I might be working on, in some situations, even using the Snap-on, the threaded stud is long enough that I cannot get engagement on the nut to work on it safely, at least. So therefore the need arises for a mid-depth socket. So I know I've probably tried to use the deep well to get to work on that, but not all situations do you have the clearance for a deep well. So in that case, I probably switch to the 3/8 drive mid-depth to deal with that. So that's the reason why I decided it was time to get 1/4" drive mid-depth. Yeah, as you can see, the height difference, I think I already mentioned that, is obvious. Oh, one thing that's not so obvious. I could have gotten a set of semi-deeps from Nepros, but in my experience, I don't know about yours, but my experience, Nepros's 1/4" drive stuff, the tolerance between the square, whether it be the female or the square, maybe it's one over the other, I'm not really sure. I never took a micrometer to measure things, but when you connect the items together, there is a little bit of play. So I mean, nothing out of the ordinary, but if I had a preference, I prefer for things to fit tightly together, and so I decided to go with the Z series instead. So yeah, I think that is it. Oh, no, I still had something else to mention. Broach depths. So with shallow items, obviously the broach depths are, you don't have a whole lot of variance in the broach depths on shallow sockets, but as you get to mid-depth and deep well and extra long, the manufacturer has the choice to make. The broach depths might differ. It might differ depending on whether they're trying to conform to a standard, but maybe there isn't a standard for broach depth, so it's really up to their decision. And I have noticed that I looked at Snap-on's catalog and realized something, whether it be shallow, mid-depth, or deep. With Snap-on's sockets, the broach depth is shallow, it is consistent across, and they're pretty much equal, with the exception of like some of the really smaller sockets, but 6mm and larger sizes, the broach depth was pretty much all the way across the same. Same can't be said for Nepros and Koken. Their broach depths, they become deeper as you step up to a mid-depth and deep wells. So that may be something for you to consider. Sorry for the lack of showing anything in particular here. If you can take note of the broach depth. I know I don't have a deep well from Snap-on as an example, but please, you can take my word for it. I looked at their print catalog, and that's how they do it. One obvious reason for having a shallow broach is being able to insert the bolt or the nut and being able to start the threading process. If you have a deeper broach depth, that may become an impossible task to do. So in that sense, the Snap-on with their shallow broach depth makes sense. Well, I think that covers everything I want to talk about for this. Let's move on to the next topic.